said that shit about to change real quick. This bitch is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. See if I can do my ultimate since today. Wasn't let me for days.
No.
Alright, stream that y'all be tuning in. I've been trying to show y'all my ultimate team how they operate, but the past couple of days it been down. I don't know. So I guess I'll just pop on this regular Madden for now. And welcome for the 2 viewers I have in the stream right now. We'll get it in, see what we could do.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, 2 quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Cowboys going up against the Cowboys. With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and themselves. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken in at the 11.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Yo,
and
what
this
the
is Madden
fuck,
17
man?
on EA Sports.
Nah,
Anticipation is mounting for today's game.
it's just
We've
like
got two
I just played this
quarterbacks
guy
looking to make an
with the same
impact.
team and it
It's
loaded
the
up the same
Cowboys
game.
going up against the
Shit don't make
Cowboys.
sense.
With that, we'll send you out to Arlington, Texas. Here's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we find ourselves
Yeah, I'm about to
right in
wait
the
a little
center
bit
of
and
the
just load
Dallas
another
Fort
game.
Worth Metroplex in Arlington at
What?
AT&T Stadium. Coming up, we've
What'd you
got
say?
And try doing that.
Nah, I mean, I don't want to play the same team. This ain't Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's crazy. Wait a little bit before I jump in there. Stream, just give me a minute, man. I'm gonna wait so we don't have to play the same peoples. No, everywhere. No, on the top. Over here. Over here. Is that good?
It's part of my face. We didn't get no fucking kisses. That's part of my face. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Give me some juice.
Butterfinger. Alright, stream. Let me see where you get something rocking now. Here, but save me some. Don't kill mines. I already got that much in there.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Eagles
Got my
going
back
up
right here.
against the Cowboys. And with that, we're off to Big D and AT&T
That's good, bro.
Stadium. Well, we'll say hello to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, Jeff, it is on, bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
We'll
see who'll tap out first.
AT&T Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Keep spamming that blitz. I'm not worried about that.
Back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
They go to Elliott again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go!
Third and long for Prescott. He
Dots.
completes it to Bryant.
Get
A
these
nice
dots.
gain of 21 yards.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
A first down carry by Elliott. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And you think of all the years, speaking of Witten, that he's been around, but that touchdown catch he had against the Packers in the playoffs this year, that was his first postseason career TD.
Come on. That's
First,
not true.
yeah.
That's not true. Where did you get that stat?
Now, that's not as much his fault as their lack of postseason appearances, but it was his first.
That's for real? That's legit?
That is legit.
Hard to believe.
Still, and this is a guy that hasn't missed a game since his rookie season in 2003.
And I don't think he's going to miss a game in
It is
2017
fam.
either. I think he's energized and wants to come back and chase the ring.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Terrence Williams, 47 yards. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Wentz now on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. The veteran didn't sell it, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Let's expand on Ryan Matthews for a second. He has a couple 1,000-yard years in his back pocket. This season, 661. Did have a career-high 8 touchdowns, but where does he fit in to the Eagles' offense going forward?
That's going to be an interesting question that has to be answered by Philadelphia, by Doug Peterson, their head coach, because he was truly their lead running back until a fumble at Detroit. I think that changed things for him. A crucial one down the stretch. Philadelphia ended up losing the game. When he takes care of the football, he's a hard-hitting, aggressive inside runner who can set a tone for a team. But if he doesn't take care of the ball, that gives an opportunity for someone else to come in and become the lead runner for Philadelphia.
Here we go now. Detroit!
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal.
Set, move, landing. All right, now look at 56. What's in that, Barney? All right, here we go.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Connor Barwin in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Prescott to throw it. Going right side, he has Winton. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go.
A big play here for the Cowboys. 57 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Elliott. nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
Prescott on 3rd and goal, and he fires one, but incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round!
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it is incomplete. And that incompletion gives us a moment here and an interesting tidbit as we look to the Super Bowl coming up. Dan Quinn, last time he faced the Patriots, he was a defensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Lost that game in the Super Bowl. Chance to get revenge.
Chance to get revenge, but even more so, he's a guy leading his team that everyone's going to say a rookie coach in the Super Bowl. First time there. But to your point, D coordinator of Seattle for that game. Defense coordinator of Seattle when they beat Denver in the Super Bowl. So he has Super Bowl experience that he carries into this game, and that should help his team.
What a job he's done this season. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st down, Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Here we go now.
They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. There's a direct snap to Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Oh, and now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Flex round! Flex round!
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Ohio!
Prescott to throw this time. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Bailey able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Kenyon Barner, 99 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Again, it's Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Prescott. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go. What? None. What? None.
On the run, Dunbar. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Come on, let's go.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now with a little dead spot here, let's talk Super Bowl week. And Media Day, always a big spectacle. This year, though, moving it to Monday night and calling it opening night. So a little bit of... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, and you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And quickly, they get to the line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Wentz going to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Terrell McClain continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
No, check, here we go.
On second down, here's Wentz. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's third down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And now they're in the hurry-up. Second down, Prescott. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Let's go.
On third down, it's Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Sproles, the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit.
On first down, Wentz. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One receiver left, 2 to the right. They go play action here on first down. This complete left side to Aguilar. A good pickup there at 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Matthews, a 9-yard touchdown grab. There the Eagles are back within a score. And he puts it through. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 83 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's a gain of 14 there. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz from 13 yards out. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've...
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 83 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Terrell McClain in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go now.
They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Now Wentz on third down. And he connects with Ertz. That one goes for 24 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Brent Selleck, 55 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. And you know, you and I praised tight ends in today's game a lot for being just like a bigger body wide receiver. Boy, a play that long from that position, you just didn't used to see that as much.
No, you were really just counting on the tight end position to catch the football and get what they got on the catch. And now it's the run after the catch that makes him so dangerous. Hard to bring those big guys down when they get rolling.
Couldn't bring him down here, got into the end zone. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Elliott, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. The give is to Elliott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On second down, Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the I. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run with Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Leotis McKelvin. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. He'll look to throw. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz got to have this one. He's got time. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And now here come the Cowboys. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Shift together here from the D-line. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to go up top, and this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell... teams. That's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.